See Jalen Hurts. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Eagles and the Giants on Monday night.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olsen. Partner, this should be a good one here. In the month of October, we got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong. They're playing winning football. They're starting to really understand what their identity is as a team. And for this stage of the season, this is one of the better matchups we've seen so far, and it's going to go a long way continuing to unravel who are the teams we're going to be talking about come the end of the regular season.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Here's the first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. Yeah! 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one, a gain of 18.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On the ground once more, it's Davis. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He's got room to roam. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield.
This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Giants. It's his second touchdown of the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems, Mike, the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So, take away the 6 points, and it's ruled an incomplete pass. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. They'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
York's kick is good. And the Giants will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
Now, Mike, at this level here in the NFL, you just rarely see the type of performance where one player on the field just stands out that much against his peers. But that's exactly what we saw out of this quarterback a week ago. I mean, throwing for all those touchdowns, that's one thing. But the fact that he was able to protect the ball in the process is what really was impressive to me. I mean, it's not like he was just out there in the backyard chucking the ball all over the place. I mean, he was methodical, cerebral, lethal with his approach. Truthfully, I have no idea how you follow up a performance like that, but I'm certainly excited to...
Now at the 23-yard line, 2 yards on the pickup. It's
Second down and 8.
No touch. No touch.
Here's Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. A gain of 17 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
On first down, it's Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to pick it up, take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Hurts to the air on first down. Now he'll run. So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. 3-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Great, set. No time.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down. Now a 3rd and 2.
No touch. Hey, 73. No touch.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
You've got to keep all your options on the table on 3rd down, and that's exactly what this quarterback did. He's looking to throw it, nothing there. He pulls it down himself, and he's able to convert for the 1st down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Eagles are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. That one good for 15 and a 1st down.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. A.T. Perry. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles move out to a 7-3 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That one's complete. It's Ray Davis. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Giants.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Davis. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They've got to make it more...
And he'll take it on in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
On now, Cade York for the point after. The kick is good. And the Giants are on top. It's now 10-7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. On 1st down, it's Hurts. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Third and long for Hurts. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, the snap comes to Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and the big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where you see the final score there. Brock Purdy leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals.
And
Breece Hall, what a
we'll get
game.
right back to it
3 touchdown
as
runs
we'll get ready
in the
for
victory.
the third quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. A big one there to start the second half. 31 yards.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Handoff here, up the middle, and good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2.
Great, set. No touch.
Here's a run going left, and he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
No touch. No touch.
Now Hurts. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
He locates his receiver. That's Perry. And he's into the end zone. A.T. Perry. Touchdown, Eagles. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles are on top. It's 14-10. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. back to throw here to begin the drive. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. On the ground, this is Davis. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll go again with Davis. Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up at about the 42.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Back to the air one more time. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. In motion, it's Robinson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up fourth down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10.
No touch it. No touch.
To throw is Hurts. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
73. 73.
Throwing is Hurts. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Again, Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Alpha, alpha, alpha. Crowd left Yanni. Crowd left Yanni.
Hurts will try it again. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively. The ball was arriving, and it'll be 2nd down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
To the air again, Hurts. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down.
Hey, easy, 63, 63, bad.
Hurts again. Short pass taken in by the tight end. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Eagles are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what...
That is caught by the tight end. A.T. Perry. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 3 touchdowns in this one, and he's up to 11 on the season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one is caught by Robinson. It is 2nd and a yard. In motion, it's Robinson. Back to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Davis. The Philly faithful making some noise on their feet before 3rd down. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. They'll look to throw yet again. Open man is Robinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Here's 1st down.
Here we go, set.
In motion, it's Robinson. They'll look to throw again. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. The Giants going to call their 3rd and final timeout. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the 4th.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught at the 2. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 14 yards on the pickup there. Here is 1st and goal. Back to the air, one more. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Here we go. The noise is deafening. It's 4th and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
What a stand there. 4th and goal. Game on the line. It looks like this offense is putting together a game-winning drive, and the defense comes out with the stop of the day.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say,